Hey guys. Welcome back to my channel, and I have another video today. Today I'm just pretty much gonna be doing an ASMR sports ramble a little bit. If you didn't know, next Sunday, September 7th, is the start of NFL Sunday. But I know on September 5th, okay, so the very first official game of NFL season starts on September 4th on Thursday at 8:20, and we got the Dallas Cowboys playing versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Pretty much, I'm just gonna be doing a little bit, just going down the list of which team plays. I also do sports bet a little bit of gambling here and there. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys know what I picked for the week. Oh, let's just, like I said, we're gonna go down the teams that are playing this week. So, like I said, starting Thursday, September 4th, we got Dallas versus Philly. Then on Friday, we got Kansas City versus the Chargers. On Monday, on Sunday, September 7th, we have the Dolphins versus the Indiana Colts. Go Fins. That is my team. That's the team I'm rooting for. My whole entire family is Dolphins. Well, I won't say my whole entire family, but majority of my family is Dolphins fans. So I'm gonna ride with them. I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah, let's continue. Next, we got Tampa Bay versus Atlanta Falcons. Then we got the Carolina Panthers versus Jacksonville Jaguars. We got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. New York Giants versus Washington Commanders. We got Pittsburgh versus the Jets. We got the Cardinals versus the Saints. We got the Raiders versus New England. We got the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Tennessee Titans versus Denver Broncos. Then we got Houston versus Los Angeles Rams. Baltimore versus Buffalo. That's going to be a tough one for Lamar. I really want it bad for Lamar. The Bills always give him a hard time, so they'll be playing Buffalo Bills on Sunday, and that is the last game, and that will be starting at 8:20 p.m. Okay, so now we're gonna get into like the odds and everything. So first and foremost, I want to say that I use two sports betting apps. I use Hard Rock Bets, and I use Prize Picks, Hard Rock Bets, and Prize Picks. I don't really use Prize Picks too often, especially since they updated the app with all like the demons and goblins. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not a huge fan of all that, so I like when the odds are normal and the payout is pretty normal. If you know the old Prize Picks back in 2023, then you know. Also, I do want to add as well, this is a disclaimer, I am not a professional sports bettor. I will say I'm not just putting money on willy-nilly stupid stuff. Like, I'm putting money on things that I feel, strongly in, especially as a sports watcher. And I'm always in the loop as well. So as far as sports goes, I know I say I'm not really like a huge fan of football, and I'm not as knowledgeable in football as I am in basketball, but I enjoy football. I enjoy watching it. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys know the odds. I'm gonna let you guys know how I feel about it. I'm going to let you guys know why I chose this team. Obviously, it is week 1. We do not know where these teams are at. We don't know how they're gonna come playing out the gate, game 1. So some of these underdog teams may definitely defeat the teams that are, placed to win. So I just want to make it clear, the plus is the underdog team. So if I say plus whatever, that's the underdog team. Underdog means the team that's expected to lose. So when you're sports betting, I'm not saying you want to play all the minuses. I'm not saying that, because 9 times out of 10, like I said, the underdog might take over and win. But playing the minuses, you do get money. So I just want to be Picks is six props. But the thing, here's the difference between Prize Picks and Hard Rock. Hard Rock is a sports betting book. So the rules are, if you're not flexing your play and you're doing a power play and a player gets injured first half or first quarter or whatever the case may be, the ticket is dead. The ticket is dead. The ticket is dead. Dead, 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 dead. Unlike Prize Picks where they have their own rules. So, like I said, if a player or anything happens to the player that you put money on in the first half, Prize Picks will put him as DNP or they will reboot it so it'll get taken off your slip, if that makes sense. Also, the other difference in Prize Picks is Prize Picks you can only place money on the player. You cannot place money on the team. On Hard Rock, you can place money on the player and you can place money on the team. And you can place money on spreads and all that. It is an actual sports book. Prize Picks, I'm not too sure what Prize Picks is. I don't know what you would call Prize Picks. But you can only bet on individual players. You cannot bet on the team on Prize Picks. I'm going to be placing this in on Hard Rock. One thing about Hard Rock, when the season first starts, they don't put the player props up there immediately, like week 1. Like I said, on Hard Rock you can bet on the team and the player. But normally like around week 1, week 2, they don't have player props up yet. It's just strictly the team lines. That's it. Is the team gonna win? Is the team gonna lose? Are they gonna have a spread? You cannot bet on players when the season starts off officially. I don't know why Hard Rock is like that. I wish they were a bit quicker with updating like the individual player props, but it's fine. So the props that I'm reading off on this, you cannot play into Prize Picks. You cannot play these picks into Prize Picks. You cannot play these picks into Prize Picks. But if you're on any sports book, you can play these picks. Alright, so like I said, I'm not going to be betting on the Thursday and Friday games that often. The Monday, Thursday, and Friday games I probably won't put money on. If I do, I'll mention it. But for the most part, we're just doing Sunday games. So, the first team that's playing on Sunday, September 7th, we got Miami Dolphins versus Indiana Colts. The odds of this game, they are no underdogs. They have the same odds, so minus 110 for both teams. Personally, I'm gonna put my money on the Miami Dolphins. Go Fins, no questions asked. I'm only doing this because I am a Miami Dolphins fan. I know our team had it rough in the past, especially with Tua and the concussion and the injury. We lost Jalen Ramsey, but we still got Cheetah. So maybe we can do something. Maybe we can work something out. I'm really hoping for the best this season, though. I'm really hoping for the best and sending well wishes to Tua. Hopefully, he can be great this season. Next game, I have Tampa Bay versus Atlanta Hawks. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay on this. Atlanta being the underdogs. Atlanta is at plus 115. Tampa is at 135. I'm just gonna go with Tampa because I know they're the better team. Also, I do want to mention it's a lot of games on Sunday. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games on Sunday. I more than likely won't be playing all 14 games. I will definitely mention the games that I'm going to put my money on, and the games I won't put my money on, you'll know, but I'll still give my opinion. I would put money on Tampa Bay, just because it's an easy W for Tampa. I feel like I said, it's week 1. I don't know what Atlanta has up their sleeves. They did at is Carolina versus Jacksonville. Carolina being the underdogs, they're at plus 155, and Jacksonville is at minus 190. I'm gonna fade this game personally. I don't know too much about either team. But Jacksonville being the underdog, Jacksonville being minus 190 makes sense. I'm going for all Florida teams. I'm just rooting for my state, period. So Miami, Tampa Bay, and Jacksonville, I hope they all get W's. But like I said, I'm putting my money on Miami and I'm putting my money on Tampa Bay so far. So that should be a 2-leg parlay so far. Next game is Cleveland Browns versus Cincinnati. I'm excited to see Shedeur Sanders. Even though they determined that he wasn't going to be a starter, which we all knew. They tried to play him in the NFL draft by drafting him round 5, I believe it was. I just don't understand what it was and what was going on in the league for him to get drafted round 5, but very happy he got drafted. Unfortunately, his brother Shiloh got cut from Tampa Bay. We're gonna see how Shedeur does. He did really well in his preseason game. Everybody was hype, so I'm ready to see how he does in his debut game. Cleveland Browns are plus 200, being the underdogs, and Cincinnati is minus 250. Joe Burrows, he's a great QB though. He's a great quarterback, so that's gonna be a good game. Next game, we have San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. And the 49ers are minus 135 while the Seahawks are plus 115. A Brock Purdy at QB. So, and he played really well. He got drafted with them back in 2022 and he's been doing well since then. His name always pops up every year since then in the NFL. And 49ers, they're a decent team, so I will put money on the 49ers. So far we have the Miami money line. We have Tampa Bay money line. And now we have the 49ers money line. Next game, Houston Texans versus Los Angeles Rams. Houston Texans being the underdog, plus 130, and the Rams are at minus 155. This is a tough one. I don't really know how I feel about Houston Texans being the underdog here. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I feel like CJ Stroud. I don't know. I would fade that. I don't know. That's a game that we just have to watch and tune in and see. I'd fade that, so I wouldn't put any money on that game. Me personally, I wouldn't put money on that game. Next game, we have the New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders. The Giants being the underdog at plus 225. Washington at minus 275. I am going with Washington Commanders at minus 275, so I would lock that in. So far we have Miami money line, Tampa Bay money line, San Francisco money line. Now we have Washington's money line. Next we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New York Jets. The Jets are the underdogs here, plus 125. Pittsburgh is at minus 150. I would fade that game, but personally, I would go for the Jets. I'm going for the underdog here. Brees Hall, he's a great running back. Like I said, I'm not that knowledgeable in football, but I'm going off of what I know what I know of my knowledge. Obviously, I'm not throwing my money down the drain. That's why I'm not playing too many teams. I'm playing the teams that I really feel like, are gonna come out strong in week 1. Although I'm not putting my money on the Jets, I really feel like they are going to win against Pittsburgh. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans is plus 225 and the Cardinals are minus 275. I gotta go with the Cardinals. I'm not putting money on it, but I'm just saying what I would pick. I'm going with the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals. Cardinals for the W. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. You got the Raiders versus the Patriots. Raiders are the underdog at plus 125, and we got the Patriots at minus 150. I'd personally not put any money on this game. My dad is a huge Raiders fan. So I grew up watching a lot of their games. Their quarterback being Geno Smith. Backup quarterback is Cam Miller. They have Amari Cooper at wide receiver and Jacoby Myers at wide receiver as well. Ashton Jeanty, he did just get drafted there. Ashton Jeanty, if I'm not mistaken, was top 5. Jeanty went number 2. Jeanty went number 2 in the draft. He's a running back. I think he'll do really well his first season. So I'm super excited to see him play. And well wishes to the Las Vegas Raiders. They are the underdog team, but I think they're gonna win against the Patriots. I don't even know what the Patriots have on their team. I don't feel like I need to look. I'm going for the Raiders. Go Raiders. Next, we have the Detroit Lions versus Green Bay Packers. I feel like this is so weird that Detroit is the underdogs at plus 120 and the Packers at minus 145. Okay, so Green Bay quarterback. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, they're loaded. Green Bay has Micah Parsons, Jordan Love, Matthew Golden, and Jaden Reed. I know that Detroit did some trades in the offseason. I hope that doesn't really mess up their chemistry, but Detroit is my secondary team, and I will be going for the underdogs here. I'm sorry, Green Bay is loaded, but I think Detroit can get a W here week 1. Alrighty. Next team we have is Tennessee Titans versus Denver Broncos. Tennessee is plus 300. Denver is minus 400. Bo Nix, RJ Harvey, Evan Ingram at tight end, and then Cortland Sutton at wide receiver. Tennessee got Cam Ward. Tennessee got QB1, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Tony Pollard at running back. I wouldn't put any money on this game, but I'm going with Tennessee money line. I like them as the underdog. I genuinely do. Yeah, I like them as the underdog. I really do. And lastly, we have the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. I feel like this game is going to be a great game. It's the last game of the night. Comes on at 8:20 p.m. The odds are even. They're both at minus 110. So, I personally am going for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I think Baltimore's a great team. I think they're a really great team. I feel like the Buffalo Bills have been such a challenge for them these past couple years, especially from Lamar, trying to get, succeed in the playoffs. But I really see Lamar winning this game. So I'm going for Lamar, and I will be putting money on that. So the games that I put money on. I put money on the Miami Dolphins money line, minus 110. I put money on Tampa Bay money line, minus 135. I'm fading the Carolina and the Jacksonville game. I'm fading the Cincinnati and the Cleveland Browns game. I put money on the San Francisco 49ers money line, which is at minus 135. I'm fading the New York Giants I'm minus 275. I'm gonna fade the Pittsburgh versus New York Jets game. I'm fading the Cardinals versus the New Orleans game. Raiders versus Patriots. I'm putting money on Las Vegas. They are the underdogs at plus 125. I'm putting money on Detroit. They are the underdogs at plus 120. I am fading the Tennessee versus Denver game. And I'm putting money on Baltimore. And they are minus 110. So with every game that I'm playing, that should be a 6-leg game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Teams is week 1. I'm just putting money on the teams that I feel like are going to show up on week 1. Alright, so let's lock all this in. So, Dolphins, money line at 110. Tampa Bay, money line at minus 135. Fading the Carolina and Jacksonville. Fading Cincinnati and Cleveland. Fading, and then we got Washington, Commanders, and Giants at 260. Pittsburgh and New York Jets, I'm fading. Arizona Cardinals versus New Orleans, I'm fading. Las Vegas Raiders versus New England. I got the underdog, which is Las Vegas Raiders at plus 125. 49ers. I'm putting money on the 49ers money line, minus 135. Tennessee and Denver, I'm fading. Detroit versus Green Bay. I got money line on Detroit plus 120. Houston Texans versus LA Rams, I'm fading. And Baltimore versus Buffalo. I put money on Baltimore. You know what? I'm just gonna fade Baltimore because I want to make it a 6-leg parlay. I'm gonna fade Baltimore only because their odds are even. Them both teams being at minus 110. So if I were to put $5 on this play, I'd be getting $198 back. $198 back, guys. If I were to put $10 on this play, I'd be getting $396 back, guys. $396. Also, they have the option where you can flex. If you flex your play, you can turn up and turn down what you want the odds. You can adjust your payout. And we will see how that goes, guys. Those are my picks and those are my predictions for week 1. I am not a professional sports bettor. Also, odds can change. Today is Monday, Labor Day. So like I said, the odds can most definitely change. But yeah, guys, feel free to put in some picks if you want to have fun with a little extra money. I just find enjoyment out of it, and I just thought I'd make an ASMR video and share with you guys. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be sure to be back with another video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Explaining you my pain, but you ain't wanna listen. The more I talk to you, the more I feel like I am tripping. Guess it's good for us to just chill and keep our distance.